A truck driver who was arrested in Clay County has been charged with sexually assaulting a young girl at a truck stop in Minnesota. 34-year-old Kenneth George Zender is charged with criminal sex conduct. Authorities say he raped a 15-year-old girl in his semi at a truck stop in Stearns County. Investigators tore through that semi this afternoon in Moorhead. However, it's unclear what they found. Zender's criminal history includes a 2003 conviction for manslaughter in Michigan. He spent 6 years in prison, ended up in parole in 2011. Bail was set this morning in Stearns County at $40,000 with conditions or $100,000 without. Authorities in the Northern Valley are searching for a 27-year-old man who failed to register as a sex offender. Seth Allen Succo has not registered with Grand Forks Police as required by law. He has ties to the Grand Forks and Jamestown areas. Back in 2017, he escaped from the Lake Region Law Enforcement Center. He was eventually recaptured then. If you see him or know where he's at, call police. The phone number is right there on your screen, 701-787-8000. Mother Nature really dialed it in today. It's been a very comfortable day out there. Perfect evening for a backyard barbecue. And that's where we find Hutch Johnson, who joins us now with your no-wait weather planner. Hutch?
Mike, I got to tell you, the weather's absolutely gorgeous out here in South Fargo right now. A couple fair weather cumulus clouds overhead, not much wind, and well, these 70s, they're pretty comfortable outdoors right now. Hey, take a look at our regional look right now. Temperature-wise, we have some low 60s near Lake of the Woods. That's pretty cool. 73 Grand Forks and Jamestown, and right now 66 in Detroit Lakes. Satellite and radar, not a lot to show from the radar as far as rain goes, but we do have a few clouds in northern Minnesota. That's helped keep your temperatures at bay there. Here's your planner in Fargo tonight. We're going to be in the 70s for the next couple of hours, and then we'll cool quickly with this dry air mass in place and calm winds this evening, but just very enjoyable with light winds, still with a northerly component. Grand Forks, much the same. Temperatures on their way to the 50s by the time we get to bedtime tonight. Okay, we have Allison Wolf here in South Fargo, the big winner of the backyard barbecue. Where did you sign up to win?
At the Cashwise in West Fargo.
I mean, this has to be the biggest group of people we've had yet this year. Who did you invite? The whole football squad, or?
Well, yes, this is the Carl Bend football squad, almost.
Very good. And kids, are you all ready for back to school? Let's get back over here. First, what is your name, young man?
Avery.
Avery, are you ready for school?
No.
No? Okay. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke, do you know where your pencils are?
No.
We have just a little bit of work to do, but there's just a few hours left to find those pencils and get the backpacks ready to go for back to school. Coming up in a minute, we'll talk about the forecast as we have a weekend around the corner. Looks to be a few hitches in the up. Mike, for now, we'll toss it back in the studio to you.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Enjoy yourself. Damage control is underway surrounding a nationwide data breach affecting thousands of students here in the Red River Valley. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz explains what went wrong and what parents need to know.
A data breach affecting thousands of schools and universities nationwide also hit us here locally.
This is information that could go all the way back to 2006.
Fargo Public Schools sent a letter to parents after finding nearly 10,000 students and former students affected. West Fargo is still compiling a list of more than 12,000 affected.
We're just going to take everyone that was on that spreadsheet.
This from a data breach to Ames Web 1.0, a software schools use for standardized assessment tests owned by Pearson. Fargo Public Schools tells me they've been on the new system, Ames Web Plus, for 3 years now, and they want to know why their old information on Ames Web 1.0 is still out there. The good news, at least in West Fargo and Fargo, it's only first name, last name, and dates of birth. No socials, no test scores. So how did this happen?
Pearson is probably one of the most reputable companies out there with regard to educational software.
A Pearson official tells me their company was not the intended target of the breach, and the breach is part of a separate ongoing investigation by the FBI. But Fargo School's IT director says Pearson should have stress tested its systems before and not after the breach.
It's something that we do here on all of our systems internally.
A statement from Pearson in part saying, "We have strict data protections in place and have reviewed this incident, found and fixed the vulnerability." Now Pearson offering free credit monitoring services.
I'm one of the parents impacted, And my daughter's first name, last name, and birth date really, in my opinion, isn't enough of a value to be worried. So we're not going to sign up for the credit monitoring. We don't think it's necessary.
But both tech directors say if parents want it, it's free and will give some peace of mind. In Fargo, Rose Iskevitz, Valley News Live.
You can read Pearson's full statement to us on our website by clicking on this story. Police in Dilworth want your help identifying this man. They say he's involved in a recent robbery. He may be driving a gray Impala. If you know anything, call authorities. Meanwhile, police in northwestern Minnesota are searching for this missing woman. Ellen Simmons was last seen outside the Clearwater Courthouse on August 15th. Authorities say she walked away on her own, but they are concerned for her safety. It is believed that she may be heading to Bemidji. If you have any information about her, call law enforcement. Nearly 700 drivers were cited during the first week of Minnesota's new hands-free law. 21 of those were drivers in Becker County, and 11 were from Clay County. 3 people had a scary start to their day after a rollover in North Fargo. It happened mid-afternoon at Broadway and 22nd Avenue North. Investigators say that one vehicle was stopped at the intersection, didn't see the other one coming. The car that was hit rolled once before landing back on its tires. Nobody was seriously hurt. Renovations are complete at a Fargo living facility aiming to address what's being called a critical need in our community. The Fargo Housing and Redevelopment Authority celebrated the upgrades at New Horizons Manor in Fargo. These are designed to cater to low-income community members who are also facing physical disabilities.
The accessibility and the services that are available allow for a independent, to a point, lifestyle. I mean, without these kind of services that are available here and without the accessibility, I mean, the life itself would be so much more restricted.
Officials say these renovations will extend the life of the building for decades. A lemonade stand is just wrapping up with the money going to a family whose daughter will be born with a heart condition. The McGoldrick family's daughter, Mickey, is set to come into the world in October, and doctors say the family has been told that she's going to need surgery quickly.
I'm happy we're able to raise money for her and do what we can. A lot of my friends have came, which is very nice of them, and family friends we know, my grandparents, and just being with all the kids is fun too.
This story, including the people who put it all together, tonight at 9 on Fargo CW, and of course on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. Later on Valley News Live at 6, returning to the wild, we're going to show you the release of egrets in the Fergus Falls area.
And as Fargo South students get ready for back to school, we're still looking for our pencils, but you can do like Hutch and use crayons. Coming up after the break, we'll have your back to school forecast, and we'll look ahead to the weekend right after this.